didn't know there was more. Okay. It's over here. Alright, let's get this. Oh no! I hate this thing. Why can't you get it? Wow. Can I loot that thing? What is that thing? I've never seen it. It's fucking terrifying. Holy shit. So that's how you kill those things. Wow. Okay. I know I don't have to go this way, but I am. Shit. Did it work? Oh no. There we go. Cool, I've never used that. Let's go back to my fighting style. Hey. Oh, hi. Bastards. Ow. Alright, I think I'm getting carried in the wrong direction. I need to find out where we gotta go. I'm just kind of looking for stuff. But, I think we're gonna go back and just go the right way. Oh my shit. That sucks. Y'all are so we supposed to do? Help. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do, was it? Okay, that, we got that. That's what we want to do. We can do that after. We're gonna go save our buddies. Where is that? That one.
Zachariah, you look...
What do you think about Andrew? He comes from Ophir like you, and he could have become a Technomancer, but he had an accident.
I remember, yes. You know that I was the one who had spotted his abilities and had taken him to school, as I did for you? I thought that he was dead. That's what I was told, that he was dead. I shouldn't have listened to them. He looks perfectly alive now.
Yes, but he lost an arm during the accident, and he can't use Technomancy anymore.
How so? That's ridiculous.
What?
Technomancy has nothing to do with arms. It is all in the head.
Oh.
You just have to... Let me think.
Cool. Andrew's the other guy.
Yes, I think that with
The hard hat.
that's it. With a full Technomancer kit, I would have the parts needed to create a bypass on a classic prosthesis. But I would need my notes to do that.
Your notes?
I studied Technomancy as well. Anyway, from a scientific standpoint, obviously. I've never thrown lightning bolts, and I can't do it physically. Moreover, those kits wouldn't suit me, I'm sure.
Scott, you studied Technomancy?
Yes, and I had conducted in-depth research on the way in which your neural network expressed its static charge throughout your equipment. But all this is old. I can't remember it all, and I left my notes in Ophir. I won't have any trouble helping that boy if you bring me my notes and the equipment. You wanted something else?
No, thank you, Scott. I'm gonna try to bring all that back.
Cool. Well, that's neat. Is there anything new? No. Andrew. Oh, wow. There is a couple. Okay. What about the mutant?
What do you think of Phobos?
He's an interesting character, no doubt about that.
He's a big
He shows
guy.
great intelligence, which shows that mutation doesn't affect cerebral faculties, at least the first generation. And to a certain extent, I understand his desire to improve the mutants' living conditions. We are terribly unfair to them, that's for sure. They are sick, and instead of helping them, we treat them like slaves. However, I think that he is going a little too far with his mutant nation story. I don't see why they should create a mutant nation on its own. He should instead make people within the corporations think differently.
Oh. Okay. I like it. What about, no, we're not doing this right now. Do I have to talk to that guy?
Hey.
Hey, back.
What
I
happened
know.
that day?
I had a surge. A big one. One even the Masters never saw coming, literally. Before they even knew what was happening, I electrified everyone and everything around me. It screamed like thunder from my body, before the ceiling itself finally collapsed in on me. I woke up in the infirmary without an arm, surrounded by all those powerful Masters who stood there shaken, whispering, their eyes still filled with fear. Then everything went dark again, and I woke up in a sand sail.
Oh, wow.
Why aren't you with your family?
Right, my family. They were small-time merchants. I'm sure real proud their son was gifted with Technomancy and was joining the school. But they were also scared as shit of me for the same reason. We're all scared of what we don't understand. It's why so many fear us both. Not that I'm sure any of the Masters even asked them to take me back. It was more important to them that I disappear for good, to hide what happened, keep the illusion of their infallibility intact. Also, to hide the fact they had people among them who had the power to take down entire buildings. No, I had to go. In some ways, they even did me a favor.
And you never tried to reconnect with them? Even after you got free?
No, I looked for him. Even tracked down my father. He was just this old man. Didn't even recognize me. And if he did, he'd probably just hate me for what I've become. A crippled outcast. Not something you'd put your pride in. So I let it lie. Just walked away.
Cool.
What about your gift? I thought people died if they didn't use their fluid.
It's a myth. There are rogue technomancers out there. Not a lot, but a few. They know how to control their fluid surges. Probably the only thing that piece of shit Marcelo could take credit for. He introduced me to one of those guys, and after that, I learned to control it the hard way. The irony, no? I'll never be a technomancer now, but I control the fluid better than any of Abundance's masters. Not for power, just to make sure my own brain doesn't fry.
What have you been up to since you left?
What have I done? Well, after spending 10 years of my life as a slave trying to pay that piece of shit Marcelo back for what he called my debts, traveled in his luggage hold, did his dirty jobs, whatever he needed to get his business going. Carried crates, drove sand sales, shoveled sand, ran errands, but mostly just picked his customers' pockets. I traveled a lot, though, if I'm going to find any silver lining in it, and have earned my damn place here in Noctis. Even if the price of that has been rarely sleeping in a real bed or reading a book that wasn't about accounting.
Should have remembered you. Back when we were kids, the world just revolved around you.
Really? How so?
I know it nearly killed you, but you were so gifted. While the rest of us worked, Technomancy just came so easy to you. It was amazing to watch.
The fact that it was easy is what cost me so much.
Shit, he didn't like that
The
one.
high I got from manipulating so much fluid was... well, you saw the result. If I talked for 1,000 years, I couldn't even touch the tip of the regret I have.
You can't blame anyone but our professors. They should have known better. How could you? They just got sucked into watching your power like the rest of us. It was hypnotic.
Too bad all that power isn't enough to let me go back in time and change it all. But I guess what's done is done.
What should I know about the Caravanserai?
It's the heart of Noctis, the home of the Merchant Prince, and the place where all the merchants' important transactions happen. That's where they decide on the trajectory of the main cargo routes throughout the planet. Historically, it's also the first place out of the corporation's reach on Mars. I like the place a lot. It's very peaceful compared to other places, and the architecture is splendid. The Merchant Prince has a taste for luxury. I could have spent 10 years there. I bet I would smile a bit more than I do now.
What can you tell me about Noctis?
It's a free enclave in a world dominated by dictatorial corporations. Created by merchants in order to facilitate the exchange of goods from everywhere. It's become a place that also welcomes refugees from all walks of life.
Okay,
I
yeah.
love this city. You can find anything you want. Mercenaries, preachers, craftsmen, all kinds of merchants, princes and thieves.
Cool.
And don't get me started on the extensive variety of artifacts from all around the planet. It's quite mind-numbing, but it's the place where everything is possible. Far from the yoke imposed by corporations.
Alright.
As a merchant, you must have traveled a lot. What amazing places have you visited?
Well, when I was a kid, I lived in Ophir, a place you probably know better than me. But with Marcelo, the merchant to whom I belonged, we mostly traveled to Shadowlair. He knew a number of technomancers, including renegades, and used to sell them equipment found by looters. It's an old Baroque city, with dirt-poor slums. As strange as it may sound, corporations' big cities all look the same in the end, beyond the few differences they flaunt.
As a merchant, you must have traveled...
Well, when I was a kid, I lived in Ophir, a place you probably know better than me. But with Marcelo, the merchant to whom I belonged, he knew a number of technomancers.
Alright, we've heard this. Cool. Let's What about this stuff? Oh my goodness. Alright, the Technomancers.
You have it in for them, the Technomancers, don't you?
Here.
It's true. I must say that they didn't put their best foot forward last time I saw them. All they managed to do was hide their inability at the price of my enslavement. I love Technomancy, and this extraordinary feeling of freedom and power it gives you. But those who practice it for the corporations have a real issue. Whether it be for Abundance or Aurora, they can't help hiding ridiculous things. Twisted rituals, and keeping a people they despise out of their little schemes.
Maybe there's a reason for it, don't you think?
You probably know better than me.
Oh.
But it doesn't make them look nice.
You've known Nisha for a while, haven't you?
Not that long. I've been on the road most of the time for the last few years, and I've run into her a couple times. I've been in Noctis for about a year now. She's a wonderful woman. Courageous, driven. She's ready to risk her life for the city.
Cool.
Personally, even though I love Noctis, I wouldn't do it. She's generous too. But she has her own wounds, like all of us. She's full of anger sometimes. I think she has a few scores to settle. You know that she's from Ophir too?
Huh. The people of Noctis.
What can you tell me about the people of
And then we're done
Noctis?
talking, I swear.
We're free to say anything and everything. You still think way too much like a member of Abundance, where the population pretty much has the same opinion. Here, people come from everywhere. Most of them used to be misfits, criminals, or simply eccentrics who didn't fit in back home. You find merchants, the offspring of the city's founders, hitmen from Aurora, dissenting workers from Abundance, or beggars from Alliance. And mutants, of course. This mix sometimes creates problems and tensions, but as long as everybody works together to protect Noctis...
Alright, we're out. Let's go. There's a... See, I don't know what to do. Let's check the map. Alright, let's see what the map says. We're here, so we need to go... Technomancy. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna go... up and right. Alright, let's go to Slums. Let's get the doctor's notes on Technomancy so we could give them to him, and he can make an arm for the old Technomancer that had a charge and lost his arm. The dude we were talking to with a yellow hat, the hard hat. I want to see if I can get him. It would be awesome if I could actually have another companion as a Technomancer. And he said he can still use it, so I don't know. I think he did, I'm not sure. I wonder if I should turn this light off now. Yeah, turn the flashlight off, let's go. Oh, I can stealth too, I forgot the stealth. Oh, not for long. Oh man! Nice. Can I leave her? No. Okay. We're gonna go around. Oh. Scott's clinic right here.
I think my notes must be around here somewhere. If I remember correctly. Ah, in a folder hidden in a tin can somewhere.
You do research on Technomancy and hide your findings in a tin can? Really?
Well, where else would I hide it? In a safe that people would quickly assume held such things of value, of danger, like my research? Or in a tin can or box that would be simply overlooked?
Good thinking.
Alright. Tin can right here. Wait. Right. Somewhere right there. Got it. Alright, what else do we have to do while we're here? Anything? Besides leave? Help our technometrics have no fear. How do we do that? Okay, we did that. Okay. Equip. Oh, wait, I can't go that way. Alright, let's go this way. Wasn't there somebody back there? Damn, we're getting good. Okay, I gotta check the quest. I don't know if I'm supposed to have a uniform on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let's check where's the quest. Alright, we are under Brothers in Danger. Get to the chapel. Okay, I think maybe. What is this one then? Right here, equip your team with abundance officer uniforms. Should I do that just in case? Maybe. Abundance uniforms. Let's do that. Abundance uniforms. Okay. Does that work? Is that abundance? That's abundance. Okay. Do I have another one? Light abundance soldier. What about him? Full abundance. Full abundance. Light. Abundance. Here. We'll do that. Oh, officers. Okay. Let's do officers for sure. Pants. Recycle it. What if I should take his helmet off? Or can I keep it on? I don't know. Soldiers, uniform paints. Soldiers, uniform paints. Uh-oh. I don't have soldier uniform paints. I have soldier greaves. Does that count? Okay, what about boots? Soldier. 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 Let's try this shit. Oh, go to the shadow path. Oh man, I'm not doing that yet. Uh-oh. Shadow path. I'm gonna save it, I guess, in case I fuck up, maybe? I don't know. Should I? Whatever. Let's go. How do I, there we go. Like, do I not need the uniforms on for this part? Because, damn it. Maybe I can just go whoop ass and get our Technomancer brothers out of here. And then I use the uniforms for, like, the other part. Whatever. We'll try it. Fuck no, it's not gonna work, god dang it. Score. Alright, let's go. Where do I have to go? Hold on. Do I have to go up here? Right there? No. I have to go back here, I think. Holy shit. Yeah. Wow. So that way and right. Straight right.
Traitor! Get him!
Ooh, damn, it's storming outside all of a sudden. Whew. Damn. A lot of them on that one. Oh, hold on now. I need to put on one of my powers.
keep going this way. I'm gonna get myself shot.
Can I go this way? No. Okay. Can I unlock this? Nice. Hell, hard.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Where is my jacket? That's not bad. Alright, let's do our upgrades to... Craft science. Nice. Well, I guess we don't go in here, huh?
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Damn.
Are you kidding me? It's been whispered all over town. The ASC's so worried that the other Technomancers will follow suit. They've armed themselves with settlers' weapons and are purging the source. I saw those weapons. Real killing machines.
Where am I going? So I can't get over there. Alright. It's blocked off from me right now. Look at all the bodies. Let's go back and report our stuff. What's the import zone? It is raining hard outside. Carrying too much? Let's dump some shit. Just getting rid of some stuff real quick. Alright. Dude, it's crazy thunder. Damn. Wish I could get up that.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
I moved the rover for you. If Ophir finds the road in, it won't be because of me.
Yes, I already heard. Sorry if the request seemed paranoid. Better safe than sorry.
Oh, it's damaged. Alright, what else do we have to turn into him? Kill, find Technomancer uniform, okay. A friend found. You know what? I can get that to him real quick, hold on. Where's our buddy? Here we go. This dude right here wants a Technomancer outfit. Sisterhood. You look kind of creepy, dude. Technomancer boots. Okay, I did. Whatever. Talk about the damage of Rover with Amelia. Let's do that. Oh, sleep. Okay. We'll sleep a little bit. Aha! This is what I need to kick down. Now I can do it way faster. I gotta talk to her.
So, just when I thought shit couldn't be worse. Her engine's been blown like a John in a whorehouse. Gonna need some spare parts now. A stator, a thermic regulator, a rotor. With only a few rovers out there, it's not like you can just grab those parts from the nearest merchant. There is one in Ophir, though. He used to have a machine for me from scratch. And I heard there may be someone else here in Noctis who sells them too. However, when it comes to prices, since we don't have abundance of support, it's not the same anymore. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg, honey. I wouldn't mind seeing you go broke, but there are other options. Let me think. In my shed, I had a replacement stator ready to go. I imagine that the area is closely monitored, but if you manage to sneak in, maybe you could recover it. I also had a delivery waiting. The quartermaster, Ryan Stewart.
Oh.
I imagine he must still have a rotor in his inventory since I'm not there anymore. It won't be easy to get it back, but that's your problem.
I go back with Ryan. Know his inventory well. But with all those soldiers in the barracks, it'll be a tough nut to crack.
The final option's a robber I heard of who parts everything he fucking finds. Not a guy I'd want to grab a drink with, but I heard he's got spare rover parts. May have one of the ones we need. And I've heard that he wasn't interested in serum. Maybe you'll have to take chances, who knows? Anyway, it could be a lead. One last thing. I found the tools I'll need. However, I was in such a rush that I forgot to take my serum. I don't have a single drop of it left. And since around here they don't give away freebies...
Here, take this.
Yeah,
You will be able to buy your tools.
totally.
Well done. Wow, this is great. You just have to go get me the parts now.
I'll take care of it. The shed, Ryan's inventory, the looter, or if I want to go broke, the merchants. See? I remember everything.
Give the spare parts.
What's good, Zechariah? Got my parts yet?
I have them.
Keep your pants on. Still working on it.
Oh, no I don't. Fuck. Alright, private matters. Childhood.
Tell me more about you growing up.
What's there to say? I was a ward of the state in Abundance's centers. It was lonely and, you know, the other kids were assholes, but I gotta tell you, those times my dad returned from his missions, when I got to see him, best times of my life.
Wait, what? I thought the reason you'd been placed in a center was that your dad disappeared.
Who the hell told you that?
Uh-oh.
No, I was real young when they took me away. My parents were always off on missions and someone had to take care of me, you know? I don't even remember living with them. Honestly, I don't want to talk about it.
Gotcha.
Sure, sorry. Yeah, of course. Besides your rovers, What else makes you happy here, Amelia?
Nature. Not the bugs or animals and stuff, but the landscapes, you know? Sunsets, mountains scraping the sky, red water trickling down the hills in the spring, gray lichen floating in the morning breeze. Back in Ophir, I used to take the rover out before sunrise just to take it all in. Always managed to put things in perspective, you know? How small we all are.
Amelia the poet philosopher. Who'd have thought it?
Why you gotta be a smartass?
Aha, I'm not. I was being... just never saw that side of you. The passion. Makes me want to take a rover out before dawn tomorrow.
Well, let's go together. I've always wanted to share it with someone.
Deal.
Are you seeing anyone at the moment?
What, you mean a boyfriend? No, not right now. You applying for the position?
I mean...
Look at your face! You can't even come up with something to say. Listen, you don't look half bad, soldier. Won't take too much for me to cuddle up with you at night.
Wow.
You must have traveled a lot. Could you tell me more about what you discovered?
You know, when I'm being sent out to explore, it's for prospecting. I drive around, take samples, map out the area, that kind of thing. I discovered 2 mines last year. We'll put them into service once we connect them with the shadow paths. Wow, it doesn't sound as exciting now that I think about it. But I don't care. Despite all of this, I can go almost anywhere. I see landscapes that others will never see, and sometimes I stumble across amazing places. I'm not doomed to remain under a shell of metal.
Alright. I think we're done for... Oh wait, I don't have the spare parts. Nice. Alright, on the next one we're gonna do some more exploring for our companions, and I'm not sure who we'll take out, but it'll be awesome. Thanks for coming out. Mixer Epic Tommy 01, Technomancer.